Namaste, welcome back. I have a particular affinity to this card. She is very much part of who I am, as well as connected through my own numerology, and this is the High Priestess. And thank you, Dee. And in this particular deck, we see a spectacular interpretation of this card. The artwork is absolutely stunning, the way that it is displayed, and I will address that as we go through this reading. And I'm sure that many of you, I know Donna is connected to this card, as well as others in the chat. And so I want to create ample sacred space for the reading for the High Priestess. And if you're just popping in, hi, my name is Sadhana. I'm doing readings for all of the major arcana this year, and the supporting cards are meant to build energy around each of these majors. Now, the ones that I'm doing right now will not be your tarot card of the year, impossible calculation. However, these may be life path cards, cards connected to you through one of the numerological reductions. And this one is really special. And I also want to honor her on this full moon in Cancer. So this is a really special day to be doing a reading for the High Priestess. Hi, Laura. This is the Margaret Peterson Tarot. This is a trimmed copy of the original English version. All right, so of course I'm going to start with the element of water and then allow the reading to build from there. And so she's in the heart space, which I want to say is not her. It's not her natural environment. And so let's talk a little bit about the Six of Cups energy. And also I want to talk, before I get started here, about the High Priestess in a chariot year and the challenges that may present with the chariot as an underlying energy for the High Priestess. Does it support? Does it challenge? Okay. And I want to say that it challenges. It challenges. And while it might feel like on one hand, it is I'm not sure. Let's not decide right now. I'm just going to riff here. There is an energy to the chariot, and in some way, the energy of the chariot feels forceful. The High Priestess does not want to be forced by anything in this three-dimensional space. The High Priestess knows about allowing life to be, trusting in the wisdom that comes through the ages and all that she has practiced in her deep reverence for spirit in all forms. The chariot to me, feels like a very three-dimensional card. Now, while both the High Priestess and the chariot live in the first septenary of the major arcana, there is that link to them there. I don't know, they don't feel comfortable with each other. She is so intuitive and so at ease. And then again, here we go with Scratch the Record Player. The chariot is the Cancer card. So it is cardinal water. And cardinal water, this season of Cancer, does tap into mother wound and a lot of the deep connections to our original water energy, the emergence through the womb. And perhaps it's just too much sameness that will make this difficult. Or it might feel like you're in a deluge of work, perhaps darkness as well too, like we were talking about with the Magician card, that can at times be just too much and make it more and more, make it very challenging to be present here in this experience, in this human experience. However, the Six of Cups would suggest that if you keep going back to the space of the heart and allowing the heart to inform then things will be easier. The Six of Cups is a beautiful card. All of the sixes are beautiful cards. And the High Priestess knows well about the uh, the spiritual qualities that are enhanced when we experience the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And in her artwork, in across lots and lots of different decks, she sits between the divine masculine and the divine feminine and says, I am here. I am present in this space. Where she is not often connected, I feel, is in the heart. So because she has ascended beyond the heart chakra, and often I feel is not, um, this is a personal thing as well too, because I work with and have been with many high priestesses. Sometimes, and this is those that are more early on in their journey, have not reintegrated all of the lessons. And I think the Six of Cups is a very affirming card to have here, that as long as you keep coming back to the space of the heart, everything will sit in a beautiful, this will be a beautiful year for you. Okay, so Janine, I haven't read all of your comments. Quickly scanning here, and I see both Cancer. All right, thank you to the mods. Okay. Tarot Destroyer, off you go. You're not welcome here. The Six of Cups energy is connected to fixed water, not to cardinal water. So this is a peaceful space that is going to support Scorpio energy. So this is a very watery energy so far. So let's draw from the Kantaji Oracle. I'm going to keep my eyes off the chat just so I can focus. A fierce desert flower. So there is indeed all of this water. Isn't that interesting? Because when I this card has come up a couple of times in the other readings, and I feel like even though there is a level of protection, and there's a level of protection here around your sacred space, around your sacred practices. And remember that the goddess is always there within. And all that you have learned and blossomed through is indeed shining. So trust in your practices, trust in that mind-heart connection, because it's that mind-heart connection that is going to allow the development and the beauty of the practices that you share with others to shine more brightly. Okay, and let's indeed go to the space of the mind. Okay, here we are. 10 of feathers. 10 of feathers is the place, and this is brilliant that this is here, because you are in a place of trust. The 10 of feathers, for me, one of the greatest keywords is surrender. And in having journeyed through many challenges and many incarnations where your gifts, your beauty, your talent, your kindness, your healing has been not only dismissed, but destroyed by the public, destroyed by society, community, government. You come from a lineage of souls who have learned to surrender to the third dimension. And that's why, one of the reasons why it's so difficult for you to be here. Okay. Um, so take this as a message of honoring that surrender. And also, I feel like this is about honoring the work of your lineage. Now, if this is your card, if this is your birth life path, if this is your birth card, and you've always felt a little uncomfortable with this archetype, there's a couple of messages here for you as well too that will help you to feel closer to this. And it's simply a matter of leaning into the water. And I have a message for you to move to the water, to get to the water, to physically be closer to the water. That is one way to help support the development of this archetype. So you would want to do, and I feel like you gravitate to the mountains. And while the negative ions in the mountains are equally beautiful and close to spirit, there's a different quality at the seashore. And so you're being asked to go there. Sun and moon is coming up in the Tulku. So this is a very balancing energy to who you are and what you are and what you stand for. Your moon energy asks you to stay in the space of the heart. Your sun energy thank you to the mods. Doing my best to stay focused here. So this is our card. This is our card that has come up over and over, and I'm really looking forward to discussing this card at 12:30 when I come back on. So this card has been a major theme for 2022, and you as an initiatory energy, you as a supporting, you are a light. You are a light worker, and this is such a bright, beautiful card. There's been some conversations and a few readings about honoring sunrise and sunset. That may have had to do with my Wednesday chat and the card that we drew for Wednesday, but these themes reoccur throughout the week, and it's almost as if it's because of the energies that are in the universe that we get these recurring messages. And so here you are creating sacred space so that others can learn to shine their light and to create a new comfort in the shining of their light, in the understanding of what their light represents and what their light is, what their light, how their light is guiding them individually. So you hold this sacred space of light for others to heal and to grow. And even if you are not organizing events and things like this, you are, as Donna said, you are the keeper of the light. You hold the light. You're the kind of person that people look at perhaps from a distance, and even though they may not be clairvoyant, they sense a light, they sense a different energy about you. And it may be intimidating, but it is also equally illuminating. I feel that what is arising, what is coming forth this year is a widening of your circle, a surprising number of people coming towards you who have been uncomfortable with this work in the past. There's a gentleness to, I feel like you've become more accessible. You've become more accessible, and therefore others will come towards you. Okay, so this is this reminds me of a Four of Cups card. This is from the Enchanted Map deck. This is the cleaning house, and this is almost like a counter message to the one that I see on the right here. And when I think of the cleaning house energy, this is a reminder. So I want to relate this in terms of what I was just saying. Because these souls are coming towards you who have not had contact with you in the past, have been perhaps intimidated or not even conscious of their need to contact somebody like you or to work with a soul like you, they need a fresh approach. And so this might sound really funny, but I can see you simplifying your methods, simplifying your approaches, so that it's not, and to you this is so comfortable. Your magic, your ritual, your tools, and all that is surrounding you is who you are. But others need fresh space, and new people need fresh space. So there's something about cleaning out your space that will help to invite others in. Okay, so here's another. Oh, we've already done this card. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go to the practical side, because I've just got a very practical message for you, and that is like a redesign of your business card. Maybe this is a redesign of, like a description, redesign of a description on your website or something. Something needs to be clearer. Odd message. Okay, let's go to the coins card, because they often have a message, a very practical message. Okay. There's something about this card I really like, and was it in the last reading? Janine put in A Beautiful Mess or something, and I was talking about that Jason Mraz song. This card reminds me of that. The beauty in the storm, the beauty after the storm. To me, it feels like something has just bloomed, and then there's been a bit of there's been rain, and there's mud, and there's leaves, and it's all there. It's all present. It's all so beautiful. And regardless of what we are seeing with our three-dimensional eyes, spirit is there, and you know this. But I feel, what is this in relation to? Seven, of course, as you know, is related to magic. 7 Pentacles. Of course, there is a growth. There is there's an integrated and a changing energy with your material life. But there's something about the artwork here that is very significant for you, and it speaks to this particular card, the cleaning house card, and the 7 of Pentacles. Let's go to the Hunter. If I have the Margaret Peterson book, I can read you a line or two from the 7 of Pentacles. It may help. May help me. Shaman of birth. Shaman of birth. Going back to the beginning, healing the beginning. Now, this is a theme we touched on a couple of times, healing birth wounds and so forth. Seven of Coins, growth and decay. Doing will not doing. You can neither touch, eat, hear, see, nor hold on to time. Time is very powerful. No one can escape the laws of time. Matter is inhabited by time and defined by it. This card tells the stories of time, different stratums containing rock drawings. Don't interfere, commit yourself to the process of growth. And then we have Shaman of birth. So part of this process, part of this reading is about simplification. It's about staying true to the heart space, the ancestral lineage that you have moved through, not allowing the human constraint of time to affect your work. And interesting, because when we're talking about birth wounds, this for you as a high priestess would be taking people back to birth trauma and healing and connecting to their ancestral lineage and honoring the birth wound as a connection to that. I'm going to read you the message and then I'll try to sum this up. I am the shaman of birth. I guide souls into being. I am present from the moment of conception to the moment that the newborn arrives in the world. I help at the birth of many things, including ideas, beliefs, wisdom, and change. I guard and show the way to all who seek this path of new beginnings. Trust in me as you contemplate the future, for I am midwife to the dreams of many. Okay, so where I want to go with this is this is a time, this is a year. I feel with this particular card, I feel like this water and this particular wave here, the surrender card, and how I was describing this painting, I feel as if there's a bit of a tidal wave that needs to come through. And this relates deeply to the cleansing and clearing and simplification energy. So perhaps there is an aspect of your own healing that is ready to be released, like a wave, like a big wave of energy, which actually may disable you for some time and take you away from the ability to serve others. This aligns really beautifully with the Chariot card, almost as if this is a reset year for you. If you can release this lesson, this archetype, if you can literally lie down to it, humbly bow to its energy, you will be powerfully transformed. All right, this is making sense now. I hope you got that last stream of thought, because I think that brings it all together. You're welcome, Saskia. Now, I want to speak for a moment as a tarot teacher, because this is important. And yes, this is a plug for myself. But I also want to encourage each of you in the process of reading cards. It's not easy. We have four oracle decks and a tarot deck, an intuitive tarot deck that is, even though you may have studied it, done a deep dive with it, it's full of challenges and full of mysteries. And so part of the process of reading cards well takes time to develop. There's a comfort with artwork that is required and color, design, flow of energy in the cards. There's a foundation of archetypal knowledge and numerological knowledge that is required. And one of the best pieces of advice I can give you for doing a reading is to take your time. Your aha moment may not come until 30 minutes into the reading or tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. The second piece of advice I want to give you is to articulate your readings, to hit the voice memo on your phone and say your readings out loud. Listen to your own voice, because in developing a reading, in building a reading, there's something about the words that need to come to life. Sitting and staring at cards. Journaling is okay, but I would almost recommend in a larger reading to get your laptop out and start typing out the reading in entirety, and not in phrases, but in full, complete sentences as if you were talking to another human. It's really, really important. And these are some of the things that I do, when I'm working with students and I'm working with clients, is that if necessary, I will follow up the next day with a summary or with a photo and a few thoughts, right? So take your time. So I have a beginner's class that is starting in February. And for those of you that feel like you're a little further down the road, I have a more advanced class that's starting in March. So please check out my website. Okay. I'm going to do a quick reset and I will be back for a reading for the Empress in a few minutes. Thank you.